¡Lucharán! ¡Mucha lucha! ¡Mucha lucha! ¡Mucha lucha! It's the way of life! ¡Mucha lucha! ¡Mucha lucha! Here we go! ¡Mucha lucha!
Mucha means a lot of, many. Lucha is wrestling, so it literally translates as lots of wrestling.
I want you to wrestle Ricochet! Get in there!
I've kind of always been into wrestling ever since I was a kid. When I was older, someone showed me Mexican wrestling, which was like American wrestling, only more colourful, more mass, more action, and so I was just hooked.
I am the greatest mass wrestler of all time!
Ricochet, he's kind of like feisty, but he's a little unsure of himself. But as the series goes on, he's kind of finding his way.
¿Qué pasó, Ricochet? Long time no see.
The Flea, he's just dirty. Nothing else, he's dirty.
Buena girl!
It's all bueno.
Buena girl, she's kind of the righteous one. She tries
She's a good girl.
So what you're trying to tell the flea is that you don't actually have a signature move?
Every wrestler has a hold or move that they're famous for.
Hang on, I'll use my signature move.
So we thought, well, let's take this to extremes.
Ricochet's pulverizing pinball!
Buena bulldozer of truth!
The Flea.
The Flea's move is so disgusting that we never see it. We just see reactions to it.
It's part of each character's gimmick and identity.
No, a hug! The flea cannot! Oh, Snoopy, you're like so cute, man.
This was the original design for Ricochet. He was purple and silver, and his head was shaped more like a light bulb.
Lucharan!
Over time, we decided to make him a lot brighter, and as the central character of the show, we decided to make him red and blue.
He's a bit more compact now as well.
He's more compact, he's cuter.
Super Niña in the house!
Buena Girl used to be called Super Niña, and her colours were different as well.
La cucaracha!
Here!
And the flea was La Cucaracha, and he was green, a dark green. Now he's more like an animal. He went from La Cucaracha to Roach Boy to the Roach, and now he's the flea.
So, headmistress, what do you think of my signature move? I call it Ricochet's pulverizing pinball!
The voice of Ricochet was done by Carlos Alazraqui, who was the voice of the famous Taco Bell Chihuahua.
No, I'm not going to run.
Carlos really brings a youthful, energetic quality to Ricochet.
It's times like these that a luchador turns to the code of mass wrestling.
And Buena Girl is Kimberly Brooks.
Vista del nada.
Kimberly Brooks has an intelligent and feisty voice which suits Buena Girl perfectly.
Zapatos de ratas.
I remember when I was auditioning, I said,
If you let me do the flea, I'll do all the others for free.
Candy's just a ball of energy.
The flea recommends shame over pain.
She really made Flea what Flea is.
Do we have another volunteer?
There's a lot of flea in everybody. It's just kind of lurking inside, waiting to come out.
By letting the deepest, nastiest, baddest, cheating is part of the flea free to be all the flea that the flea can be.
A good quality to have if you're gonna join a show like Mucha Lucha is just to be really imaginative.
Well, you have to find something that's funny. That sounds easy, but it's not. The next thing is start drawing. A storyboard is not just an illustrated script, but it's an actual drawing of the film. People are going to take your storyboard and they're going to start using that to animate from. So it's like a blueprint for the show.
Gonna be a lucha day. Oh, that's okay, sir. I'm not...
The Great Lone Star is not one who likes to announce his arrival. He drifts in like the wind, or like the flea's aroma after a black bean quesadilla.
We record off the storyboard. That helps the actors get an idea of what the scene is.
Lee, don't you think it'd be better if Ricochet earned this adulation on his own through practice, dedication, and hard work?
these animators are amazing. I mean, they come up with these Just, I don't even know where they get these ideas. I'm so inspired by that, you know, and it helps me a lot.
Mucha Lucha is a very physical show with a lot of wrestling, a lot of visual gags, so it really helps the actor to see what their characters are going to be doing.
Well, the truth is, I'm smaller because I'm...
Because everyone looks bigger on TV.
I create the sound of the character by using visualizations. You visualize and physicalize what a character looks like. If I were to do, for example, my neighbor growing up from Scotland, he used to, you know, hold himself like that and talk like that, eh? And you make that face, and you can't help but talk like that. And for a cartoon character, like Ricochet is he's kind of squat. He's got the big head. He's got really intense eyes, so you kind of get into him, you know? It's not fair. We're luchadors, and that was my donut.
The flea wants to preserve this precious memory and perhaps sell this photo to a tabloid.
My training as a singer lets me know where I've placed it on my vocal cords, and I can recall, based on the pitch and the tone and how it feels sitting in my throat, the difference between mama, the headmistress,
And the flea.
We saved mass wrestling!
I think I started for Buena Girl not so much with the voice, but with the attitude, because she will tell you in a second that you're not following the code of mass wrestling.
I just dropped by to see some of your students' signature moves. Who's next?
The next step is to make what we call an animatic.
Which involves taking the storyboard, scanning the pages and the panels, and combining it with the voice record of the cast. That way we can take a look at the show visually with pictures and a running audio track together, synchronized.
Hey, that's my lunch.
Well, it's in my mouth. So, it's important that you...
This is kind of the crucial moment of the process, because once you go from animatic, there's pretty much no turning back. And the final decisions have to be made as far as pacing and acting and staging are concerned.
Hey, Mass Dog, it's good.
Each character is designed in the computer, and what we try to do is we try to create a library of each character. For Ricochet, we have arms and elbows to hands and feet and legs. Happy, scared, surprised. We have yelling mouth positions. Ricochet does yell a lot.
Yeah? Well, you're gonna have to get past me to get to me.
This phase of the process is basically the animation phase. The animator builds on top of the storyboard animatic and starts animating the character's motion.
Look out, Ricochet. They're using logic against you. Logic? No! 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 Anything but that! Logic is the flea brain thing!
This part of the process is also where the character's lip assignment is done, and that's where we actually synchronize the actual mouth positions with the dialogue. We add our sound effects, we edit the show, we have our composer score the music, and then the show makes it onto the air.
Take the code, learn it, love it, live it. Make yourself worthy.
This picture has a really strong, dynamic, graphic look to it. It's just fun to look at.
What else does the good of mass wrestling say?
There's just nothing that we really can't get away with in our show. There are no limits.
It's a way of life. Mucha lucha.